All right, let's go. All right, guys, you know the vibe. It's the boy Coda, and this is live streaming daily. Type blob, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. All right, and this is the day 27. Come on, let's go. Oh, man, guys, man, it's been, it's been a journey, and God has been helping us because I wouldn't have been able to do this on my own or be able to do this on my own. And thank you to you guys also for coming through. You guys come through every day for this live streaming P with me, and I'm grateful. Today is Friday, and today is basically fun. Just catching, cruising, having fun. And this is live streaming daily to blog. So we begin today's name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Let's go. Chee. All right. Apparently today we were meant to have a guest, my bro, C Steps. He was here, was it last week, Friday or so? We had fun, but apparently he messed me up due to some unforeseen circumstances. So he won't be joining us today, or he may be joining later on. I don't know, but I'm not waiting, and I don't know no one. I don't know wait. So straight up, we'll just go. All right. I did a little bit of fun with AI, and he or she gave me or asked me some truth questions, which they're actually pretty nice and they look entertaining. So those are the questions I'll be answering. And during the course of this live, if you have any other questions you want me to answer rather, you can drop your questions, and bro, that would be nice. Like, asking real time questions instead of asking questions from an artificial intelligence. But the questions are quite good though, and I could, relate to the questions. But during the course of this live, if you have any questions you want to ask me or get to know about me, just shoot. That's the vibes. So these are truth questions. So stay tuned. You know the vibes. All right. The first question is: what's the most spontaneous thing you have ever done? Hmm. I'm a I'm a spontaneous guy. I do a lot of spontaneous things. Then gone like so. This question is really huge. What's the most spontaneous thing I've ever done? I've done a lot of spontaneous things. First of all, I'm a content creator. Like I love to create crazy content, like fun stuff to make people laugh. So I do a lot of spontaneous things, and sometimes when I do those content, I don't even like think a lot about them. Probably I may just be on the road and I see an environment or an atmosphere that I'm meant to do something, to just get people's reaction, and I just do it. So I do a lot of spontaneous stuff. So I don't know if I have the most spontaneous thing, but if I can recall vividly, I think the most spontaneous thing I've done was my final year in school in university then. And one of the days I was going home. Normally in school we used to have school parks where like you go and enter either the bus or then or shuttle, depending on where you are going to, and take the cab home. Then that day after our lecture, I told my friend, I was like, "Oh my guy, I want to create a content to school today, just something crazy, like a crazy content that people wouldn't expect." And my videographer then wasn't around. Then I told my guy, "Would you want to video me, or would you mind making the video for me?" He was like, "Cool, okay." Apparently, what was in my mind was that I would do a dance, some like dance video, so just in the school park, just to get people's reaction and getting people like make videos and stuff. People love stuff like that when you just come out of the blue, play music like your jam box or speaker and start dancing. So that was like little bit of what was in my mind. Oh, I'll do a little prank or something. But then I guess the universe had other things in stock. So when we got to the park, my guy was like, "I must see that shuttle." Okay, then it was a bus, and now this bus was filled with students. Like students were in the bus from the front of the bus to the end. Students were in the bus, and the driver was also in the bus. Then he told me, "Oh my guy, climb this bus and start dancing." I was like, "Are you normal? I came here to just dance for guys to see. How did you tell me to climb a moving bus to dance?" Bro, thinking about it now is like one of the craziest things I've ever done. Like the video is still pinned on my IG page, it's still pinned. If you want to check the video out, This my decoder might see my name on all platforms. So after this live stream, you can check it out. So it was like, I'm gonna climb this moving bus and start dancing, bro. Now, normal me, I would have probably thought about it for a while. But one thing I've learned about content creation or in content creation is that when you have some radical or crazy ideas, no need thinking about it too much. Just execute them. And now that one was very spontaneous. So immediately my guy told me, "Don't you mind dancing on this moving bus?" See, I don't know the adrenaline. I don't know where the vibes came from. I just ran. The music was playing. I just ran, climbed climbed the tire at the back, stepped on it, slammed the window, and I saw myself on top of the bus. When I was on top of the bus for like 3 seconds, I paused. I was like, "Is this me?" But then, if I was up doing nothing, people would be like, "Is this guy alright?" Yeah, I started dancing. Then Happy Feet was raining. I don't know if you've seen the dance Happy Feet. I would have done it for you guys. Happy Feet was raining then, so I was on the bus and I was dancing Happy Feet. Then I did some reverse and stuff. All of a sudden, the top of the bus started smoking, like smoke started coming out of the bus. I was like, bruh. So when smoke started coming out of the bus, normal I was meant to like jump down, but I was still dancing till I saw students running out of the bus. And when I saw students running out of the bus, I was like, okay, this is now serious. Cool, that it's time for it to get down. Then I jumped down from the bus, and the rest of the students in the park started laughing and screaming and shouting and stuff. People were just having a good time, a swell up time. Then the driver came down, was like, "Why would you do that? Why would you do something like that? Why would you get on top of my bus? Why would you get on top of moving bus? Why would you?" Oh, well, yeah, I was just dumbfounded because I was overwhelmed with different feelings because I have just done something crazy, like getting on a moving bus and start dancing. That was crazy. So I was still trying to examine myself for what I just did. And the driver was like, "Why would you climb my bus? Why would you do this? Do you want to spoil it? Do you want to spoil?" But still they were laughing. So it was like mixed feelings and mixed emotions. Yeah. After all, the driver just left. I was like, no, that I should not do this kind of thing again now. Then he left and nobody was hurt and the boss stopped smoking. Then rumors started going around both on social media guys. They like it was my happy feet that brought out the smoke from the boss. Like it was the move I was making my feet that brought out the smoke from the boss. Like the move was crazy. So I guess that is like the most spontaneous thing I've ever done because till now that video still blows people's mind. Like so, I guess the answer to the most spontaneous thing I've ever done that should be the answer. Steely or Steely or Still. Hello, you're welcome. How are you? You're welcome. Okay, the second question is what's one thing you're proud of accomplishing? I'm proud of a lot of things now. I wouldn't say just one thing, but I guess one thing I'm proud of. Okay, I'm proud of myself by God's grace where I am now. It's not easy, being a content creator, the struggles, the challenges, the obstacles or the hurdles, but God be merciful. So I'm proud of my growth. I'm proud of where I am now because there was a time I was probably praying, or there was a time I was praying for moments like this. So I'm proud of, where I am right now. And again, I'm proud I'm a graduate, it's not easy graduating from school and stuff. So I'm proud I'm a graduate and mixing content creation and school is not it's not an easy feat. So it's something I'm proud of and I graduated well, like so well. I was one of the tops, you know, in my department, one of the tops. It's top CGPA. So I guess that's another thing I'm proud of accomplishing. Then again, one thing I'm also proud of accomplishing is Bible school. Bro, I saw the opportunity and I grasped it and I went, bro, Bible school is not easy, but it's something I recommend for everybody and anybody that wanna go into that wanna like just get better understanding, of the word of God. The first day I was there, bro, sleep wanted to finish me. Like I was like, Jesus, please help me. Because it's been a while, it's been like 3 years or so since I last went to school now. So sitting, from morning till around 4 or 5, bro, that wasn't easy. So it's another thing that I would say I'm proud of accomplishing. Then again, one thing I'm proud of accomplishing was in school. Yeah, during my final year project. That project was something that I was ready for it because in my school then or in school then you normally submit some topics that you would want to do for your project. And when you submit these topics, your um, course advisor, sorry, your project supervisor would, um, what do you want to call it? Okay, you submit like three topics, then your project supervisor would approve one of those topics. So before project time came, I already had three good topics that I was already preparing myself for and reading and getting research materials and everything. So when the time just comes, ASAP, I'll just run my project and submit. Okay, but I got it, as God may have it, bro. Project time came and I submitted my three topics to my project supervisor. And my project supervisor was like, no, how would I bring these three topics? That he doesn't want me to do something regular. He doesn't want me to do something. He wants me to do something out of the blue. I was like, well, how you say you want me to do something out of the blue? Then he gave me a particular topic about civil war, the Nigerian civil war. He gave me this topic. Nigerian civil war was around, Ewo, you see, sure. He gave me something about the Nigerian civil war, and he told me channels. He gave something about the Nigerian civil war, and he told me conflict in a particular area. And I was like, sir, this Nigerian civil war and conflict in this particular area is not anywhere on the internet. Nobody has done a project of it like this before. And even in the school library, nobody has done this project of it before. So why would you tell me to do, is it Nigerian civil war and the rehabilitation of um refugee camps? Yeah, Nigerian civil war and the rehabilitation of refugee camps in the eh, and in the eastern area of Nigeria. Yeah, Nigeria civil was around 1963, 1964. Yeah, I think 1963 was when we became a republic, Nigeria. Then 1964 there about. So he told me to do Nigeria civil war and the rehabilitation of refugee camps in eastern area of Nigeria. Bro, that topic was not anywhere. Like I searched the internet, I researched. Even if you either see refugee camps or you see civil war, or you just see broader extent or aspect of Nigerian civil war, but in depthly you wouldn't say something like that. There's some topics in school. There's some topics that you would see that someone has done it. Bro, I didn't see this topic anyway. So I was procrastinating, bro. Procrastination is a bastard. So I kept procrastinating. I was like, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I asked my senior colleagues, I asked my elder brother. I was like, bro, Alpha, see, this is my project topic. Help me out. How can I do this? What do you know about refugee camps and rehabilitation in refugee camps? Just tell me anything. So with their help, I got some things with the researches I had online. Then thank God for Britannica. See, if you are a student, I recommend Britannica. Britannica is like the best website or the best site for any research work you are looking for. Man, thank God for Britannica. So I went on Britannica. I was just using some key points, some context notes, just searching some things, then word of mouth, that is testimonies. I study history and international relations. So words of mouth, I asked people, I asked my grandma. I was just asking people that had, a little bit of what happened then. So I was just jotting some things down, jotting some things down. Bro, would you believe that it was like 4 days to the deadline of project submission? And I started my project the night, I think the night before the 3 days remaining. And I did this project under 3 days. See, that's crazy. And now one to project is that when you do your chapter one, you go and meet your supervisor to approve the chapter one. That is, if it's good to go, it's get approved. Then you go and do chapter two. If it's good to go, you get approved. You do chapter three, stuff like that. But now it's just 3 days to project submission deadline. Jesus, take the wheel. What I do is that I did my chapter one to my chapter five at once. Like I didn't even give room for anything. I did chapter one to chapter five. Then when I was done, it was like 45 pages there about. I was like, this is too small. But then again, I was like, I'm the first person doing this topic, so how would I see it's too small because there are not much material anyway. But I was like, considering the fact that it's history I studied and international relations, I have to back this thing up with a lot of references and backup stuff and citations here again. So I was like, okay, let me add. Then I added some things. I think it reached 67 pages or so. That was like, oh, this is good. I gotta stress myself. So on the date, the last day of the submission of the project topic, I went to my project supervisor. I was like, sir, this is the project this I should do, and this is what I'll be able to come up with. In project, there is the abstract. That's your abstract. The abstract is what is the first thing about your project topic. After abstract is your introduction. After introduction, then you do your preface there, chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that was it. So I submitted to my project supervisor, and he opened my project and he read the abstract. Then it was like Africa. Africa is like, how would I explain it? It's like someone acting like a crook. Then two of my classmates were there, two girls or two ladies, they were there. Then he read my abstract. I was like, this is good. I was like, where did you get this from? I was like, sir, are you that gave me this topic? This topic is not even online. An abstract is something you have to construct well, because your abstract is something like the leading or the guide to your project. If someone just reads your abstract, the person can know like 60% or 70% or 80% what your project is about. So he read my abstract. I was like, where did you get this from? I was like, sir, I made the strategies and I came up with this abstract. Then the girls that were there was like, sir, Unique is a smart boy now. My name is Unique, but my online name is Koda. That's my social media brand. But like, he's a smart boy now. He's intelligent. He's one of the most intelligent people in my department. That's on God. That's not me. So like that's true. Then he went through my chapter 1. He was like, wow, this is good. In the history of project submission, your project can't just be approved once. Like your project supervisor reads your project and approve it once. But believe you me, it's just God, because like I said, I did my project 3 days to the final deadline. And when I submitted on the day before the final deadline, my project supervisor read my project and approved it once, like my chapter 1 to my chapter 5. Bruh, that's crazy. I was so happy. Like, I was like, thank you, Jesus. That was, man. See, feeling. The feeling. It's a beautiful feeling. I was like, thank you, God, thank you, sir. Then he told me to make 3 other copies, because you would take one copy for yourself, submit one to the department, submit one to the faculty, or so then one for the library. Then I photocopy. When I went back to the girl that was running my printing, she was like, how did they just approve your topic? She was shocked, because she has never experienced that kind of thing. I was like, I'm not regular. Not God, the runner. It's God that did it. So that's like one of the things I'm most proud that I accomplished, or one of the things I am proud of accomplishing. That my project in 3 days. It means to do your project of your course in 3 days and get it submitted and get approved in a day, like without you going to correct or rephrase or make any reference to anything. See, that's like one of the things I'm most proud of accomplishing, and that's what darling Jesus. So those are my answers to that question. I know I did that project in urgency, but urgency can be a very beautiful adrenaline. Like, it can be a very beautiful adrenaline, but sometimes it can get you frustrated. And if you don't know how to manage your frustration, you don't know how to manage that feeling, you may just ruin everything. So it's better to plan yourself, and it's better to work with time and work on schedule. You understand? Instead of doing, I know a lot of us are in school. We did a lot of things on emergency or urgency, like assignments or project department discussions. We just run something ASAP, like urgent work, and those urgent work used to be sweet, especially when you do it very well. But urgency is not nice. It's better to take your time. Take your time. Okay, the next question is: if you could travel anywhere, where would you go and why? Hmm. Okay, I've always had, I've always loved, I've always fancied Singapore. Singapore is a little city, in quotes, a little city in China, but it's like, it's not the capital of China, but it's like the most beautiful place in China. Like, when a city ordinary a city is like a place, or a city is a city in a country, but the name stands out or the name rings like the country itself. Bro, Singapore is beautiful. Like Singapore is beautiful and clean. So that is one place I would love to travel to anytime and soon by God's grace. I love to go tour the city, check it out, have a swell of time, go through their flowers. I love traveling and touring. That's something I would love to do by God's grace. So Singapore, I would love to go there. Just farms with them, farms with the people, get to know their way of life, their culture, their food, stuff like that. So yeah, that's one place I would love to travel to. What's your favorite childhood memory? Um, as a child, I love childhood memories now. It won't be just one. I love childhood memories, but I think one of my best would either be 2005 Christmas and 2007 Christmas. Either one of them or both of them. 2005 Christmas because that was like one of my best Christmas. 2005. My parents bought my brothers and I a lot of gifts, bought different clothes like from corporate to casual to suits to bro, different shoes and stuff. So we're just testing see me denim. One of my freshest childhood pictures, denim. I think it was from that Christmas, denim. If you see it, sweet. So 2005 holds one of my favorite childhood memory. My brothers and I couldn't just sleep that night. Like we just gisting, playing out the both of us a lot of games too. So having fun playing, and it's Christmas Eve, so chops, food, everything, preparing. So that was actually one of my favorite childhood memory, and also check for my handkerchief there, find me. And we went out, had fun, Christmas Day, did a lot of fun stuff. Like it was nice. So that's actually one of my favorite childhood memory. Then 2007 should be another favorite childhood memory because it was 2007 that excuse me. It was 2007 that I think I realized that I was a good dancer. That 2007, if I hope I'm not mistaken. 2007, I guess. That Christmas, my parents took me and my siblings out. It was in the afternoon. They took us out to a bash, a kids bash and celebration, I guess, for the Christmas. So when we went there, they were having a lot of fun. There were games, there were like fun activities, ice cream, different things everywhere. And my brother just went. But immediately I got there again, girl. As I got there, I just saw children dancing. They were doing a dancing competition. Immediately I reached there, bam, bro. I couldn't live there for any other place. Like I couldn't live there for anywhere else. I was fixed. Like I was just gazing, looking at these kids dancing. They were a little bit older than I am. I guess some were like 3, 4, 5 years older than I am. I don't know if anyone was my age or younger than I was then. I was either 7 years or so. But I went there and I saw these guys dancing, bro. See miming, breakdancing, twisting, like man, I was just overwhelmed. I was watching these guys. My parents called out to me. I was like, I can't leave this place. I can't. This thing I'm seeing now, I cannot leave this place. So I was looking at these kids dancing, dancing, dancing. I didn't just want to see the end. That is who would go home with the prize, but I was fixated on what I was seeing. I was having joy, like genuine happiness, watching these kids dance. Kids like myself. And when I reached home, okay, finally, my parent dragged me. I was like, let's go, let's go. It's getting late. I didn't want to leave there, but I had to because I can't go home. I was just like 7 years old, and I followed my parents home. Immediately we go home. Normally we pray, then everybody goes to his room. We're all boys. Everybody goes to his room, then change their clothes. Then Bob Manuel, calm down now. You don't want to jump. You don't want to hear the end of the story. So everybody goes to his room, changes clothes, and But me, immediately we were done praying. I didn't leave the sitting room, bro. I removed my, I removed my cap, removed my shoe, removed the clothes I was wearing. I just kept them either beside the couch or on the ground. If it was on the ground, my mom would have beat me because I was not washing my clothes there. So I carried them on the couch. See, everything I was watching, it was like there are times I have photographic memory and it helped me a lot in school. When I read stuff, the picture is in my head. And sometimes when I forget something, I don't know if the other people like this, when I forget something, I read letters like it's really a name. If I forget a name, I can be saying A, B, C, D, E, F. Once I'm reciting the letters of the alphabet, it will just slick back. So sometimes I have photographic memory. Everything I was watching those kids dancing, especially one guy. It was one guy that was see that guy took me to X traveling like I was just going. Everything that guy was dancing, I was just dancing it at home, back to back, step by step. I was just flowing. I was in the feelings. I was in the moment. I was not even allowing anything to distract me. I made sure I was downloading the moves, downloading the steps, bro. That was the time I realized, okay, yes, I was made for this. So, Bob Manuel, the answer to your question, yes, I can dance now. I'm a very good dancer, but now I don't focus on hip hop anymore. I'm an Afro fusion artist. Sorry, dancer. So that was the day I realized, okay, yes, so I can actually dance. And from then, we're in a compound. Then we hadn't moved to our place, so we had other people living and the landlord's children and every other person. So then other kids will come to our house. I'll be entertaining them. Jesus. Now I don't know how I forgot those tricks, but the guy waiting there sleep wey dey look. I dey try Chibige my guy. I dey try eviction now. So then other kids will come to our house, and I'll start entertaining them. Now I don't even know those tricks. Then I was playing tricks with hearts, playing all these scalp tricks. I don't know how I knew them then, but I just knew them and they were working fine. I was able to do them like seamlessly, no stress. But the thing was that it got into my head, and by God grace, I was very smart, and I'm still very smart by God grace. So in school, then I was the class prefect. My primary three, primary two, primary three, I was the class prefect. So then in school, class prefects are the ones that used to clean board or like submit the teacher's phone book and give the teacher what do you even call it, table of content, but not table of content. I mean scheme of work, scheme of work. So yeah, then when my form teacher calls me, instead of me to just go straight, once I just stand up, bro, I've started dancing. So I was so immersed. I was so immersed in it, and I was called out. They told me that I should stop. I should. There's time for everything and stuff. So I was like, okay. I was like, okay. I think that was the reason why that hip hop, a part of hip hop left me, but I'm still good and I can trap too. But then they now started up is it a cultural dance club in school. I don't know what carried me. I went to join cultural. I went to join cultural dance. But this cultural dance required rehearsing and performing in the school every event or anytime something's happening. So during rehearsals, I'll come home. My house wasn't far from school. Then I'll come home. I'll carry my mom's wrapper. I'll take. I'll carry my mom's wrapper, whichever I see around. I just carry it to school, tie it with my white singlet. I started learning cultural dance. Then one day, my dad was like, "Oh yeah, no, it's okay." Oh." One, he wasn't a big fan, a huge fan of cultural dance, and he didn't want me carrying my mom's wrapper. So that was when the chapter of cultural dance closed, and I focused more on miming and breakdance. Then um, moving on till like my just three when I was like 13 years or so, 12, 13 years, okay, that's when I realized, okay, my calling was more of Afrofusion, and I focused more on Afrofusion. That was the time Azonto, Shoki, Skelewu, and the likes. That was the time they were raining and normal. I downloaded all. If you're a dancer, it's gonna be hard. Once you just see something or see a dance step, automatically you just know how to do it. Actually, if it's a trending step, that is something you get to see often and on, often and on. So I could dance all those steps very good, like, and I didn't much dance in my secondary school, not until my SS3. We normally do sense fourth party. Then that sense fourth party, that was when I danced with my bro, my books, because like he was more of a hip hop dancer, I was more of an Afro dancer, but we're like the best in our set then. So we danced and they gave the award to the best dancer of the set, which as God had it was me. So get it. Then not until 2018, that was when I started dancing officially. Like I made it an official something, but I created my channel like 2 years before then. But 2018 was when I like started dancing officially. So I guess all these were as a result of my favorite childhood memory. So everything just works, according to God's plan. Again, that sometimes you have to allow Him take the lead. So yeah, I think my favorite childhood memory with 2005 and I think 2007 Christmas. Those Christmas were bomb blast, like bomb blast. Okay, the other question was, what was the biggest risk you have ever taken? Hmm. I don't know. I've taken a lot of risks. I don't think I can pound my mind or pound my head around any very huge risk right now. But I guess my biggest one of the risks I've taken would also tally with the most spontaneous thing I've ever done. That is dancing on a moving bus. That was crazy and that was a bit risky. So that's one of the riskiest things I've done. Then I do a lot of I love to do outdoor shoots and outdoor dance content. So sometimes I just go to the main road or major road and stop and start dancing. And cars will have to stop when they see me dancing because you don't want to hit me, and obviously I don't want you to hit me. So most times I don't even think it through. I just go ahead and just enter the road and start dancing. My AirPod or my speaker will stop, whatever I'm with, and start dancing. Any incoming vehicle would have to stop. So stuff like that. But I can't seem to like fix my mind or fix my head on around any or the biggest risk I've ever taken. I can't fix my head. I can't fix my head on it. I can't fix my head on it right now. So, but I think one of the riskiest childhood memories I've had or I have that is scary was a time, in school then, primary school then, we normally go for excursions. That's when we go to zoo, go to playground, just go for sightseeing and stuff. So one of the days we went to park and zoo and they took us to the water side or to the stream where the rock was bringing out water. And my friends and I, or my classmates and I, we make motor no jam in one day. Sha. Amen. Oh. God no go agree. God no go allow. So there we went. We're staying close to the barricade. That is demarcating us from the stream. That time when we were kids, we used to play some kind of rough play, anyhow play. So I don't know the player I was sharp playing, but I wasn't sharp playing. But I was visiting my guys, my friends, and we were on the barricade close to the stream. The color of the stream was green then, but it was very neat. But animals were in the stream. I can remember I saw a lot of crocodiles. Then was it buffalo? I forgotten. I forgot the animal, but it was that huge and it was in the water also, different kinds. Then I don't know how, I don't know from where, I don't know what brother kind of play that me and my friends were playing. He pushed he pushed me in the water. See, Jesus Christ, if not for God, because anytime I just remember that stuff, I just want to say, oh, God, thank you. It was a very tiny a very tiny stone that normally there's no way on earth that stone can even stop a toddler from falling or a toddler from there are some stones that when you hit the stone either you injure or when you are trying to like move and you hit the stone, like wetin hit me now. But that stone was so tiny that if I should step on it I may not really feel much impact. But as my friend pushed me in the water, it was that stone that stopped me. That little bit stone. I was like, Jesus, you love me so much. Oh, this song was not released then, but then I was everly grateful to God. And I looked at him, I stared at him. This kind of feeling when you stare at someone for like 25 minutes and you don't know what to tell the person. I think it was Solomon. Was it Solomon? Either Solomon or Righteous, one of them. Oh, Jesus. I was staring at him, I was like, bro, it's just God. So that's one of like the riskiest memory I have. So, but we thank God, we thank God, we thank God. What is something you are currently learning or trying to improve? Okay, we learn every day and we still try to improve our skills every day. So, I'm a digital marketer. So one thing I'm currently trying to improve is my is my digital marketing skills. You can't just fix yourself or limit yourself to just the things you already know. You have to broaden your knowledge. You have to broaden information. You have to learn other things. And I've always been a digital marketer, but through digital marketing, I learned graphic design. So, and I'm a good graphic designer also, and video editor. So just everything around my workspace or my field, so that if anyone comes, I can just easily lay my hand on one or two things. Okay, so that's one thing I'm improving right now. And again, I'm a dancer, so everly, I'll definitely practice. Everly, I'll definitely rehearse. Working on myself to be a better version of myself. Although now I don't dance like before. Again, I focus majorly on viral content and cruise content. That's why I'm being called the king of cruise. I do just stuff. Basically, I love making people happy. So those are the kind of contents I major on now. But I still dance and I cannot stop dancing. You know, and going for performances gives me joy more than just doing dance videos and stuff. So yeah, I'm learning every day how to improve my skills on dancing. So those are the things I know I'm currently trying to improve myself on. What is your favorite thing about yourself? Hmm. If you still have some questions you would like to know about me or some things you'd like to know about me, you can still ask. My favorite thing about myself would be my smile and my height. You know, I think those are aside being my selling points, those are part of things that make up like my confidence and build my self esteem and stuff. But your self esteem shouldn't be tied to your qualities as a human, as an individual. You should have discipline and at the same time you should think highly of yourself. When you think highly of yourself, it will be easier for other people to think in the same light that you think of yourself. But if you think low of yourself, automatically you place yourself low even to other people. So my favorite thing about myself is my smile and my height. I'm quite tall. I'm alright. I'm around 6'4", 6'5". So that's one of the favorite things also about myself. So yep, we give God the glory for that. If you could have dinner with any historical figure, who would it be and why? Hmm, that's a tricky one. That's a tricky one. But I guess if I could have dinner with any historical figure, it could probably be King Solomon, King David, or King Solomon. Those guys were very influential amongst the kings of Israel. They're like the most influential and the ones that did, excuse me, and the ones that did, huge stuff. King Solomon, sorry, King David was called the man after God's own heart. Even the things, like, considering some of the things he did that were outrageous, he was still called a man after God's own heart, and he had, the humility also. So he's someone that I would still love to chill with. But then one of the reasons why he was called a man after God, or the man after God's own heart, was he was a giver. You know, if you give, God will definitely bless you. That's the principle. God first gave his only begotten son. So if you are a giver, you are in the line of God, you understand? So God will definitely bless you. That's one of the reasons why he was called a man after God's own heart. You know how many sheep, how many lambs, how many flocks, how many cattle, how many animals David gave God, either before and after every war he won. I don't think David ever lost any battle. Like, God was for him. So he's one person that I would love to chill with. And that person is King Solomon. His wisdom. I would love to chill with King Solomon, and I would love to be as wise as King Solomon, if not even wiser. On God, if not even wiser. So King Solomon is another person that is another historical figure that till now I love to chill with. There are some questions I would love to ask him. How I was talking about King David, and another is King Solomon, bro. Like, his wisdom is something that is till the ends of time. Solomon's wisdom would be rated like the highest on earth. So I would love to chill with that guy, and I would love to have the kind of wisdom he had. And by God, it's even more than what he had. Brazil, okay. Hi, you're welcome. If you're Brazilian, you're welcome. Bless up, bro. And I'm sorry about the network stuff, guys. I'm really sorry, terribly sorry. So the next one is what's the most adventurous thing you have eaten? Ah, I don't think I can pinpoint my mind on anything right now. The most adventurous thing I've eaten. I don't think. Let's keep that one for now. Let's keep that one for now. What's one thing I'm looking forward to doing in the next year? Bruh, I'm looking forward to touring the world, on Darling Jesus. I'm looking forward to traveling to different places, different countries, basically enjoying the good things of and about life, traveling to different people's communities, cities, learning about different cultures, learning about different ways of life of people, getting to know new people and bruh, that's one thing I would love to do next year. And I'd love to help a lot of people also next year. I'd love to be I hope and I wish to be in shoes to help a lot of people next year. So that's another thing I'm looking forward to next year, being in a space, being in the shoe of helping other people, making other people become better version of themselves, you know, providing stuff and amenities for people who are unable to get them by God's grace. So and I'm also looking forward to being famous. Yes, that's one of the ideas behind this live streaming daily because live streaming daily TR blob. So it's one of the ideas behind this and also having to impact lives with the different topics. We talk about life and purpose, that is helping people discover their purpose. We're talking about love and relationship, explaining relationship and love in a different light and helping people have better relationships and being better versions of themselves. And we talk about family also. So fostering, unity and a good family foundation because in a few years from now most of us will be, parents and stuff. So and yeah, gratitude, pointing on the importance of gratitude and how gratitude is meant to be a lifestyle. So those are the reasons behind this my live streaming daily, and also most importantly because I want to go global. You get, I have a lot of things, to impact to the world at large, not just people around me, the other lives I believe I should be able to touch and I should be able to reach by God's grace. And there's a lot of impact and influence I feel and I believe I should have by God's grace. So yeah, that's one of the things I'm looking forward to doing next year by God's grace. So yeah, that's it. What's the weirdest thing I've ever eaten for breakfast? What's the weirdest thing I've ever eaten for breakfast? What's the weirdest thing? What's the weirdest thing? I don't know. I don't know. This is kind of, but I know in my secondary school then I went to a boarding school. In my secondary school then, Monday mornings, Monday morning while you're talking about me, I'm making money. If you haven't listened to Rema's album, go check it out, bro. That's a banger. So, like I was saying, Monday mornings in my secondary school, Monday mornings, Wednesday mornings, Friday mornings, and Saturday mornings. I guess we normally eat tea and bread and stew. Bro, that our tea is one of the weirdest. It's one of the weirdest food I've had in my life. That tea was like colored water, bro. You'd have to bring like your own beverage. Some people bring like milk or Milo and extra cubes of sugar or sugar in nylon just to add to their tea to make it sweet because it's basically you having just colored water. But then sometimes that bros don't care, bros just drink it, as far as it's watery and as far as to go through, just to to give the food a balanced diet. But that's one of the weirdest things I've eaten. That tea. But then it's one of the things that makes boarding school, what it is, and one of the things that um makes the memories of boarding school hard to forget or live by. So yeah, but I can't really pinpoint on the weirdest thing I've had for breakfast. What's the worst haircut you have ever had? Jesus Christ. Now I'm the kind of person that right from childhood, I've always loved hair. I've been a fan of hair. Then when I watch all these Chinese movies or Asian movies or Korean movies, and I see the way their hair is, the way they just do their hair like they normally do their hair, bro. That stuff used to give me joy, and I've always loved hair. So then I'll go around relaxing my hair to make it, look very curly or look very like Jerry Coil stuff. Just make it look a little bit like that. I've always been a fan of hair. But then growing up, then I that was when I got to realize that okay, there's no point looking at other people's hair. I should just, Africans also have beautiful hair and we have the strongest type of hair. You know, there are times that I've relaxed my hair, relax and stuff, and my hair didn't cut, my hair didn't fall off, or my hair didn't spot. So I guess everybody was created beautifully and uniquely. So, but I've always been a fan of hair. I've tried basically all the styles. I've plaited, I've barbed skin cuts. That's what we call in Africa or Nigeria molo. I've barbed punk. That is one that I just barb. You barb every other place, but you leave like this front side. I've barbed. I've faded. Okay, I'm currently on faded, but most of the times I'm covering my hair so people don't like know the kind of hairstyle I want. But I'm currently on temp fade. That's kind of what's this guy's name? Roddy Richie's style. That's kind of hair I'm on basically on right on currently. But I'm a fan of hair. So I've done round cuts, I've done punk, I've plaited my hair. Earlier last 2 years I was on dread, so I've basically done every hairstyle I was gonna do. But the worst haircut I've ever had, I've never been a fan of it. I don't know if you guys know it. It's called Dallas. In Nigeria here we call it Galas. That is the one. Okay, if you know Balotelli, Balotelli is a footballer. The kind of hairstyle Balotelli barbed, that they will barb all year like this, then they will leave the center. Or this guy, they'll barb all year like this, and they'll leave the center. Or just very small thing like this, bro. That's my worst haircut. I think Arturo Vidal. If you know Arturo Vidal, so he barbs that hairstyle. He's just a tiny stuff here. So one of the days I went to my salon, I went to my barber, and then I told him, I'm confused. I don't know. And also, I've tinted my hair white. That's like one of my best hairstyles. It's like my signature hair. So I went to the salon. I told my barber that, I'm confused. I don't know if I should still keep afro or I should just run a temp fade. Then my barber was combing my hair, combing my. I don't like combing my hair normally. I don't like it. See that stress of combing hair. I just love to leave my hair to either dread on its own or just curl or just. So it was combing. I mean, I was pressing for that. Sometimes you know go to press for focus. I was pressing for while I was combing. Only for me to look up to the mirror and I realized that this guy has barbed something looking like gala. See, I was Jesus Christ. I don't know if I would say I was pissed, but then he's my barber and we're in a salon, so I wouldn't want to, let it show that I'm very pissed so that other people will not like, feel bad or he wouldn't lose customers, that kind of stuff. So I was trying to contain myself. Excuse me. This Canada is telling me I'm made whole. So I was trying to contain myself not to para. And at the same time, he knows he had fucked up. He had messed up. So he should try to adjust it, but it wasn't adjustable. So the hairstyle was doing kind of a little bit of round cuts and galas. That's the worst haircut I've ever had. Bro, I had to allow my hair grow till like afro before I now did my temp fade again. So that's it. What's the most ridiculous lie you have ever told? Or what's the most ridiculous thing you have ever lied about? Bro, I hate to lie. I don't like lying at all and I cannot lie. I'd rather not answer you or tell you anything than to lie. But if I can recall vividly, was in my primary five or so. I think primary five or primary three. One of my friends was following me and my bro home and we were just talking about our parents and stuff they do to us. Normal parents punishments when you fuck up and stuff they do. And I was like, my parents don't punish us. Oh. My mom doesn't punish us. And my mom has never beaten us. That what she does is that if we mess up or do something bad, she'll give us, is it 3 or 4 bottles of water and tell us that we must finish those three. That we must finish those 3 or 4 bottles of water. If not, we're not going anywhere and we're not gonna eat. Guy, I don't know what made me tell that kind of stupid lie. Like that was so stupid. That was uncalled for. Who punishes their kids telling them to drink 3 or 4 bottles of water and they also eat? You must finish the 3 or 4 bottles of water at a go at once. Bruh, that was crazy. And that's like the most stupid lie. The most stupid lie, and the most ridiculous thing I've ever lied about or I've ever told. So how would I say bottle water as punishment? Lying is not good though. No need to lie. It's better you tell the truth or you don't do it at all. Or when you are faced with an adversity that would require you to lie, just keep quiet. I don't like lying, but I think that's the most ridiculous thing I've lied about or most stupid lie I've ever told. What's the strangest thing you're afraid of? What's the strangest thing I'm afraid of? Hmm. I don't know. I can't really pinpoint, but I wouldn't say strange. I wouldn't say strange. But I'm not a fan of horror movies. I'm not a fan of horror movies at all. I've never liked it. If I'm with you, I want to watch horror movies. Me, I'll leave you and go. So one of the things I would say I'm afraid of, not like afraid, but horror movies. Me and horror movies, we are like this, far apart. You can never find us together. Like every one time in university, I think in my third year or so, in my lodge upstairs, guys were in one of my lodge mates room. Were just gisting. They did that stuff that day intentionally because of me. I think was it uh if you know horror movies you have seen, please comment so that I'll remember. Okay, I think it was The Conjuring, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was The Conjuring then. And they're like, "Come on, guys, we go watch Conjuring now." They did that stuff intentionally because of me. And immediately they raised that alarm. I was like, let me step out now. I'll see you guys later. Guy, they held me and locked me down. They're like, "You see this Conjuring, you watch it with us." Guy, no, I'm not a fan of horror movies. I don't know. I watch movies to get entertained. I watch movies to have a swell up time, to have a beautiful time, to have a fun time, to enjoy myself, eat popcorn or eat biscuit or, chin chin or just have fun. How would I be watching something that will be giving me um, blood pressure or be giving me chills that I don't understand? Bruh, no, I'm not a fan of horror movies at all. So I would say it's like the strangest thing I'm scared of. But I don't like, not like scared, but I'm not a fan of it again. I don't like it at all. What's the worst cooking disaster you have ever had? Have you ever tried to do custard? I don't know if all of you know custard or pap. People know pap here in Nigeria and maybe Africa, but around the world you should know custard. Have you ever tried to do custard when you don't know how to do custard? Okay. I think that is one of the worst cooking disasters I've had. That day I bought my custard. And the funny thing is that I knew how to do it, but I don't. It has not been long. I knew how to do it, but I don't know how. I don't know what happened that day. So I brought the custard. My water was already boiling in the kettle. I opened it. I put it in a plate. Pour. Let me even teach you guys how to do custard. So poured it in a plate. Then I poured a little bit of cool water. Then I stirred it till it became watery. Then normally how you meant to do is that after stirring the custard with cold water to liquid form, then you pour the hot water gradually while stirring it. You pour the hot water gradually while stirring. Then the more you're pouring the hot water, the more the custard gets thick. That's the normal way to do custard. But the water must be boiling and must be very hot. If not, you wouldn't get your desired result. You get. So I was pouring the hot water and was turning the custard, and that's how you do custard. But that day, I stirred it. It was with the cold water, and I was pouring the hot water, pouring it. Nothing was happening. I was like, is this custard good or not? For spray water, staring, bro. I was just seeing yellow water. I was just seeing colored water. I was like, yeah. So that's like one of my worst cooking disaster. But then I actually know how to do custard. But I don't know how to do pap very much. But I know how to do custard. And another cooking disaster I've had is semovita. I don't know if all of us knows about semovita, but sometimes it's hard to do semovita because if you miss it when you're meant to stir it or turn it, or if you don't turn everything together and at once and simultaneously, it will give you lumps. Oh boy, it give you lumps. And before I learned how to do semovita, then my parents taught me and taught before I learned how to do semovita or more. I will do semovita like this. You see lump that is as hard as someone's knuckle. Bro, if you do semovita and you see lumps there, you just want to change it for yourself. You just want to para. So I think the worst cooking disasters I've had are custard and semovita before I properly learned how to do them. But now I can do semovita very well, like pretty good, and it's come out smooth, fine, like hotel standard or restaurant standard. But then I'll do semovita, you see lumps as if someone plaited this girl's hair, all this hairstyle, buns. I think it's buns this because they be or chuku. I see one. That's how because the semovita will look, but now I've gotten a hold of it. So yeah. What's the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to you in public? Hmm. Oh boy. Ah, the most embarrassing thing that happened to me in public was a day. That day, there's what they normally call law feast. And they do law feast in the church. That's the day that everybody comes to church and they will share food, basically, do praises, dance, and we'll eat, just have fun. That's it's called law feast. So that particular law feast, I've forgotten how old I was then. That particular office, I went to church with my parents and my siblings, and I was sitting with my guys. I was sitting with my guys. We were just gisting. While they were doing that thing, we were gisting. I think they were making announcement or so, or they were either calling widows to give them gifts and wrappers and stuff and food stuff, provisions. So then I was just gisting with my guys, and I think my crush was like opposite me. So if I just smile, just look at my crush, I just cut her eye and stuff. I just smile when we like she have eye contact. Bro, from nowhere, Jesus Christ. My dad just called me out. African parents, African parents, your parents can just fuck you up. They can just ruin your steez. My dad from the front of the church just stood up. I was like, oh yeah. Bro, he called me out. I forgotten if he was I slapped or he didn't slap me. I don't know if he hit me, if he slapped me, but I forgot he called me out, and I was just the only one standing in the church. So God, I was like, let this ground just open. Let me enter inside. My guys were on the other side, my crush was on the other side. Guy, that's like the most embarrassing thing that's happened to me in public. Then he took me from the back and told me to go and sit at the front. Yeah, I just bowed my head in shame. I went to the front and sat down. I was, there's the kind of time that you be embarrassed and you trying to use smile to just cover up that fake smile that written beneath that smile is pains and hot tears. Oh, I all went to the front and sat down smiling, but bro, that's a moment that I never want to relive. So that's it. What's the weirdest thing you've ever done in your sleep? Bro, the weirdest thing I've ever done in my sleep, I guess when was I 6 years? Either 6, 7, or 8 years. I've forgotten how old I was then. But I was sleeping in the sitting room. My parents woke me up to go to my room to sleep, to continue my sleep. And I was entering the kitchen to urinate, thinking it was the oh God. I was entering the kitchen to urinate, thinking that was the toilet or the bathroom. Oh boy. Then when we were younger, sleep did those crazy things. Oh. How would I be entering kitchen to urinate thinking it was the toilet or the bathroom? But it was crazy. I think that's the weirdest thing I've done in my sleep. Mistaking the kitchen for the bathroom to urinate. Jesus. So I'd have urinated in a pot thinking that was the water system or something. Bruh. That's the weirdest thing I've ever done in my sleep. Like, then lastly, what was the most ridiculous thing I've argued with someone about? The most ridiculous thing I've argued with someone about. I've had different arguments, and sometimes my arguments are nice, sometimes they are good. But younger, growing up, I used to argue stupid arguments. Like, but I think the most ridiculous thing I've argued about was when a guy, my friend in school then, or rather one of my set mates in school then, he was like, we saw a white sheet, and it was like this white sheet is black. Then me, I was like, are you normal upstairs? Why would you see a white sheet and say the white sheet is black? Meanwhile, you can clearly see it's white. Not that you are color blinded or you have colorblind something, you can clearly see this is white, and according to the white sheet black. He was like, this is black, and he can give me arguments to back up his statement why he said this is black. I was still trying to understand, to get around what he's saying. It's not me to just move along and leave him in his delusion and stuff. Bro, I was arguing with this guy that something that was clearly white. It's just like, yeah, this code. I come and tell you that this code is black. You and I can clearly see this code is white, and I'm telling you this code is black, and I'm telling you there's no way you tell me this code is black. Who knows if you are color blinded, or who knows if you are suffering from color blindness? That is one of the most stupid arguments I've ever had in my life. That, like, Jesus Christ, I would have just left that guy, and just go to my class. But I was arguing with him that he's white. Oh Jesus! So I think that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever argued about. But as a guy, as a girl, as a human, as someone that loves to learn about new things, you will definitely argue about things. So I know most of us would have argued a lot about different things, but I think that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever argued about. That white. Oh boy. So that's it. Today, like I said earlier, we're meant to have a guest, my guy Systems, and you would have played some games, then some freestyles to beats, and stuff like that. Just have a nice time and do um names of things, kind of games and stuff. But Saturday is unavailable. So tomorrow is vibes and catch up. Hope to see you guys. I had a nice time with you guys. Telling you guys a bit about myself and some things to know about me, and some questions. Some truth questions. I hope you had fun. I hope you had a swell up time, because I had a swell up time with you guys. Thank you. If it's night where you are, it's night where I am right now. So have a good night. Have a pleasant night. Sleep good. Sleep like a baby. Sleep tight, but don't suffocate. I'll wake up like a giant. The vibes. If it's day where you are, have a pleasant day. Have a beautiful day. I pray you have a beautiful day filled with good news and favor. Go out and succeed. Go out and excel. Go out and be blessed. If it's afternoon where you are, have a calm noon, and don't forget to stay hydrated. It's live streaming daily. It's a blob, and I won't be able to do this without you guys. So thank you, and thank God we've come to the end of today's session. I would love to see you guys same time, 8 p.m. tomorrow. Vibes and catch up. Sorry we started late today. I was waiting for our guest, but due to some circumstances, he couldn't make it. So love to see you guys tomorrow. Have fun. Stay safe, stay blessed, and don't forget to stay grateful. We've come to the end of today's session. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. See you guys tomorrow, 8 p.m. Don't forget to drop a like. I'll leave a like on this video. Stay safe. Peace out. One love. I love you. Do well to say it back. Come on. Say it back. Come on. Say it back. Alright. Type shit. Type shit. Type shit. Alright. Let's go. Yes, sir. See you guys tomorrow, 8 p.m. on Vibes and Catch Up. Peace out. One love. Stay safe. Stay good. Stay blessed. Alright. Peace out. Bless.